Go back to my time when it's raining. Don't hit like once I got to my time when it's raining. Get a notification. Go back to my time when it's raining. Don't hit like once I got to my time when it's raining. Get a notification. Sorry, we got just out of it. But I'm good. I'm better. Back then, I'm better.
https://youtube.com/@britmitchell1996 C equals E06_T90QN4ZRFBG.
Still stuff from Currier. New York plays Dallas. With 15-0. Dallas is 3-10. Oof. Whoa. They'll have Devin Harris, Steph Curry, Henderson Barnes, Dirk Nowitzki, Andrew Bogut. Let's get it.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's
on the
the
roll.
end, and of course,
Listen to the beat 'em.
Thanksgiving. Right around the corner, GA. Any special plans?
Well, put on 5 pounds. That's
So when I
always
there.
part of the plan this time of year. There's nothing like watching some great basketball and eating some good food.
Yes. Now here's Edwards. And
Let's go,
Edwards
2 up.
with the stuff.
Nice job holding off the defense inside there.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Mavericks.
For 3.
Pass to Barnes. Nowitzki sets a screen for Barnes. And he could not get that one to
Good
go.
foul.
On
That's easy.
contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And you got to appreciate the overall game of Barnes. He's efficient as a scorer and also works hard at the defensive end.
Barnes hits them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Barnes against Pierce. Pass to Edwards. Spates with it. Over Nowitzki. And Maurice Spates the bucket on the assist from Edwards.
4-2.
And that's no easy shot. Maintains focus with the defender right in his face.
For 3.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Bogut. Nowitzki finds Curry. Nowitzki with the screen on Paul. The shot by Curry, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
For 3.
Guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Here is Harris. After the basket by Los
Angeles.
And the 3 ball is good.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him.
Let's go up it. Not 5.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Barnes outside.
Nope.
Outside for Curry. Harris outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nowitzki's shot's good.
You know, he's always ready to shoot the basketball, Dirk Nowitzki. As soon as he catches the pass, he's locked and loaded and ready to go. Great confidence in his stroke.
Now here's Edwards. And the wide open shot.
Let's go. Give him an assist, Paul. Let's go.
From deep.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss the way they're knocking these shots down. Boy, everything's pure.
Harris looking it over.
Harris, I got your block, bro.
Back to Barnes.
Yeah, pass it up.
Bogut sets a screen for Barnes.
The D.
Back, but that 3 is off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 5. Edwards.
Let's go. 14-7.
He looked ready for the contact and just powered it through.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in.
For 3.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Aaron Williams checked in for the Mavericks. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at the Cavaliers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
Checking out the Clippers, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
Now here is Harris.
10
points last game out.
I think that was clearly a force. He was a little anxious. Too much in a hurry right there.
Outside Edwards. And that one.
That's cool. 16-7.
Edwards got 11.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Harris against Paul. Pass to Barnes. Harris outside. Barnes passes to Nowitzki. Looking to end the run. And the shot falls short this time.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the defense.
Let's go. 18-7.
Can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Pick it up, pick it up.
Passes to Bogut.
You could have grabbed that loose ball right there.
A shot off that time. Good D by Jordan. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
27.
Their
Let's go.
play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that.
Whooping them.
You're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Bogut. Matthews comes in for Barnes. And Curry subbed in for Devin Harris.
Let's go.
Over in the corner, Williams. The shake. And it's Spades with the rebound. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They are tearing through the league right now with 15 wins in a row.
And it is very impressive. But it's also interesting. I mean, even sitting here at the broadcast table and the storyline this group has created, has you just impressed and a little scratch in your head because we expect drama and a certain amount of unpredictability with this crew. That's not gone away, but I tell you, this team seems to be minimizing or mitigating the volatility. They seem to be a lot more solid of late.
Now here's Williams. Real disappointing game for him in that loss to San Antonio. Back to Matthews. They need this one. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Los Angeles leading by 15. And there's Edwards on the assist by Jordan.
Let's go.
Edwards got 15 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Edwards against Williams. It's stolen by Edwards. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Spates. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
26-7.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Now here's Nowitzki. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. It's Jordan on the wing. Matthews with the steal.
Oh, my God.
It's Curry with the drive. Some solid defense from Paul. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard.
In the first quarter, let's get quarter. Let's go.
19. We're back after this from American Airlines Center. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
You got to credit their defense.
Let's go.
Making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Now here's Williams. Still scoreless. 6 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Paul with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Count
Let's
that
go.
one.
Score,
17
27.
points for Champ.
Let's
And
go.
they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Mavericks trail by 21.
Threes.
Now here's Williams. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Bell with a screen on Edwards. Here's Williams. It's
Good
home in
D.
by Los Angeles. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Inside. The shot
Let's go,
goes
give him
in.
go.
First shot,
37.
first basket.
Let's go.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
A
Well, the
three.
defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them
Let's
get
go,
that
Crow.
ball inside time after time.
To the
Plant.
inside.
The
And
steal.
stolen by Spates. And they're pushing it up. Bobbed up there for Edwards.
Let's go.
An emphatic
Go
alley-oop
2-7.
jam.
Let's go.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And
A
don't
three.
leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Call it time because I need it.
Dorian Finney-Smith checked in for Bell. And here's a rundown of the rookies already having a huge impact in their first season. These are the NBA's rookie scoring leaders. And you look at Edwards, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And there's always firepower in every rookie
Let's go,
class, but even among the top
A three.
guns, he's the best of the best. He'll be an offensive force for years to come.
Yeah, he's an old head, mature beyond his year. He has a dominant offensive mindset. No matter
Oh,
what
you
the
hope I had
defense
him.
throws at
39.
him, he lights up the scoreboard. Really a special talent.
Edwards looking it over. Edwards drawing the double team. The shot's good
Let's
from
go.
Paul.
They're for
And the
9.
big story
Let's
this
go.
offseason, Greg, the bump and
got
catch
shooters.
space that all teams receive.
Yeah, and a lot of teams
A three.
make use of that space immediately. Durant to the Warriors, the biggest move, but there was plenty of action this summer.
And here's Matthews. Following
Let's
the
go.
3 from Chris Paul.
Good D.
Edwards against Williams.
And
They
one.
blow the
Let's
whistle
go.
just as he gets it off. That's
Let's
2
move to the
points
quarter.
with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from
So
inside
right
the
now.
paint.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Bogut comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Seth Curry. Now here's Williams.
A three.
Hasn't made one yet. Over Edwards.
That's all.
Williams can't hit. And here's Los Angeles. They've got a 12-2 run in progress.
Let's go. 49.
Oh, yeah! And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how
three.
they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Now here's Williams. Back to Matthews. Bogut sends a screen for Matthews. Buries it from three-point range.
Oh, why he going to the
Matthews has
screen?
got himself on the board with 3 there.
An
What
effective
is all?
floor spacer. Matthews, certainly a guy that can really light it up from downtown.
Up top, Edwards. He's guarded by Williams. The fadeaway again. Los
For 212.
Angeles.
Let's
Well,
go.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score
A
consistently.
3.
Outside Matthews. Barnes, right side. Stolen by
Still.
Pierce. And now running up the court. Pierce pushing it up. And
Let's
finished
go.
off by Paul.
44-12.
Thunderous jam. Wow.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took
three.
the win in their last game against the Raptors.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all
The
night.
D.
I agree with that.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Edwards against Williams.
Back a double.
Fades away. And
Let's go.
that's good off the glass that time.
4-12.
Edwards got 28.
Wow, unconscious has he been.
Well,
this
take it up after the double.
They're riding that hot hand.
Williams against Edwards. Bogut with the screen on Edwards.
I'll go with that screen.
Down low. And finished off by Bogut.
Too easy.
Yeah, the
Too
clean
easy.
roll showed a great
Jordan, you gotta block that.
Bogut is vicious on
What's
that
the 14?
play.
Here's Edwards.
I got you.
Edwards with
Right
the
back.
stuff.
14.
Is spiking it off the bounce.
Just go.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pass to Powell. Over in the corner, Matthews. 56 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Shot clock at 6. Barnes passes to Powell. And it's Spates with the rebound. Spates has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Kicks it out to Paul from downtown. That one goes making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Let's go.
Paul's got such a fluid shooting motion. From the moment he lets it go, everything about it is smooth.
Williams dishes to Matthews. That 3 off the mark.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
And the basket is good.
14.
32 points for Champ.
The D must be better, or else he'll continue to hurt him down low.
Williams kicks to Matthews. Powell sets a screen for Matthews. Dallas no good that time either. Edwards fires from way outside. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a major 39-point lead here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be right back after this.
It is a wonderful night for basketball and a wonderful time to get a quick, wonderful rundown of how the wonderful West looks early on in this wonderful season. Is that too many wonderfuls?
That was the low seed this year. Who's the first seed?
Looking at Dallas. They didn't get the email I sent. Season has started, fellas. They look surprised they're getting whoopings. High hopes does not win games.
About to
wake up. Get it together. Good news.
About the butt.
And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Los Angeles Clippers.
They've imposed their will on the glass, getting all the 50-50 balls and maybe even a few 20-80 balls.
Love the activity. Don't just say you want to win. Prove it and get it.
Show it. Don't say it, show it. If we do, we showing it. You're not saying it, we showing it.
Thanks for joining us.
Look at the third quarter starter. Let's go.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Champ.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Now here is Harris. Here's Nowitzki. And it's Jordan with the rebound. Los Angeles has gone a very strong 4 for 5. Oh!
Let's go. 12-14. Let's go.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
Edwards against Harris. Pass to Bogut. Nowitzki with the screen on Pierce. And here's Barnes for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the second of 6
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Here's Curry after Paul Pierce's score. Curry passes to Harris. Nowitzki outside. On the wing, Barnes. Pierce covering. Lets it fly. Barnes can't get it to go.
Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
Here's Jordan.
Let's go. Put down 14. Let's go.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Now here's Nowitzki. And the layup.
Wait, what are you doing right there?
Nowitzki's
What
got his
the
second
fuck are
basket of
you
the
doing
game.
right there?
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
Here's Edwards. Another one falls.
15. Let's go.
Working over that medium range area.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Dallas. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Nowitzki and stolen by
Let's do.
Spates. To the paint, here's Paul. Beautiful
Let's go.
finish, and the layup goes down.
3-16.
Paul's got 13 points.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Curry
Curry
3.
dishes to Bogut. Nowitzki sets a screen for Barnes. Bogut trying to get open.
The D, Pierce.
Excellent anticipation that time by Pierce, was right on top of that shot.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to
Let's
start
go.
this second
6-4,
half.
15.
Only
Let's
one
go.
for the first 5. Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they
A
came
three.
out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Now here is Harris. Barnes kicks to Harris. And Curry has it in the corner. Just 5 on the clock.
That's all.
No good with the wing jumper. And it's the Clippers' ball. They've got a 12-2 run in progress.
Let's go.
The ball
6
movement on
16.
this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The 3.
Edwards against Harris. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Barnes outside.
That's all.
Goes back.
Grab that. The D.
Pierce with the block.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing
Let's
well.
go.
It's
16.
as simple as that.
So
And
Scott
this
Cross.
offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is
three.
borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Now here's Nowitzki. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Dallas again missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing.
So
going their
115.
way.
You know,
Let's
guys,
go.
no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a
three.
good shot.
And so here is Dallas. The Clippers getting the bucket. And stolen by Spates. And Edwards with a clear path to the basket. And
Let's go.
Edwards slams it in.
16.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Now here's Curry. Still without a basket. Harris against Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Curry to end the run. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Fight to
Our team
me.
leads rebounding. Let's check out the league's top rebounders. Andre Jordan, number 1. Maurice Spates, 3rd.
So out of traffic. Either fight to me or make simple passes.
Rebounders on the same court here today.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Matthews,
Right.
he's checked in for Barnes. Williams
Indeed.
comes in for Curry. And Barea subbed in for Devin Harris. Edwards drives in. That
go,
drops and it
15.
comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got assist number 5 here tonight. Dallas has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Barea, the pass to Bogut. Outside Williams. Bogut with a screen on Paul. Nobody near Williams. Nailed
Paul
from
still there
three-point
quicker than
land.
that.
Williams
final
has got
team.
himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And here's Edwards from the arc.
Let's go.
Cans it from downtown.
19.
Real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer.
Jordan took our time. Let's
As we
quick
get
to
into
get
the
the
third
over.
quarter,
Let's go.
pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Clippers ahead. And how about a look now at our assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
Which one?
And with the fourth quarter of us, time is running out for this game to become competitive.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Here's Barea. Edwards with the block.
Fantastic defense. Great timing on the rejection.
Fires the three. Yet another bucket.
Hey, third that team. Let's go.
Dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Bounce pass from Williams. Inside. Here's Barea. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Spates, and he wills that one in.
Let's go.
Right through off the back iron.
Give him go.
Going with a quick release there so the D doesn't have time to react.
Williams finds Barea. They need this. The Clippers
Oh, he's doing it over the way for it.
Spates has got 11 rebounds in the game. Matthews against Edwards. And Jordan gets it to go on the assist from Edwards. Edwards got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him.
A three.
Pass to Williams. Here's Barea. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Hey, 19, let's go.
The pass-first nature of Paul's game. So good at setting up his teammates and endearing himself to them because of it.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Powell sets a screen for Barea. Powell trying to free himself up.
Oh, my God. Good D, bro. And I couldn't win.
First basket of the night.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0
Couldn't put it in there. I was right there.
Edwards inside. Working on
Another 1-2-1. Let's go.
Edwards, good.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Barea looking over the floor. Pass to Finney-Smith. Shoots it.
Let's go.
Barea, no good.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Edwards dishes to Paul. And there's a goal on DeAndre Jordan.
No 14-1.
That's his first foul.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks.
Still.
Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Dwight Powell. Nowitzki comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Harris subbed in for Barea. Here's Edwards. And again.
Let's go. Now 6-1. 6-5.
Unreal. 60 points. He's been here before.
And on that list of the most 60-point nights in NBA history, he is now alone in 5th place.
Oh, Michael,
Here's
still.
Barnes. Edwards with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
I've seen it, but the foul play still.
Curry's checked in. 4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Nowitzki sets a screen for Curry. Nowitzki kicks to Barnes. Just 4 to shoot. And it's sent back by Spates. Here's Edwards. Connects again.
Let's go. 98-21. Let's go.
Points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Harris with it. 1:52 left to play here in the 4th. Here's Barnes. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Paul Pierce.
You know, Barnes plays with confidence on the block. Excellent at being aggressive with the defense and earning the foul.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Not 8.3.
There's a minute 47 left to play in the final quarter. Edwards against Curry. Kicks it out to Paul. Drills the three-pointer. Paul's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Clippers.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
3.3.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Clippers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this four-game season series.
And it will be a fight when you see an opponent that.
If it's not a foul, then why not miss that?
Those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Champ.
Well, you have to marvel at how
down it goes.
Let's go. 24, 23. Let's go.
What a slam!
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and that one's good. Barnes.
Like his mid-range game, Barnes incredibly lethal from the mid-range. When he's got room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
And here's Edwards from the and another one falls.
Amazing.
And he's nearing the single game franchise and scoring.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history to boot. So the Clippers winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Hart.
Never face Detroit. We never even face them. November 7th. 88-27. No, 86-27. I gotta face them again. See if we get the double again. I'm not going to line up score. Face them. Let's go. Let's go on the road with this one. Let's go.
It's Friday night and live on 2K Sports. We're gonna bring you the NBA and all its
they follow 11.
We could get a lot of points in a hurry here, Clark, as both of these squads love to shoot the three.
No question about it, Kevin. They let it fly from beyond the arc. And for me, that means this game is going to come down to which team can control the perimeter from a defensive standpoint.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no
bad defense to start.
Here's Edwards driving. Oh,
let's go. 2 up.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
Drummond with a screen on Edwards. And Jordan sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Four on the shot clock. Here's Jackson. It's holding by Los Angeles. They are on a phenomenal run right now. 16 consecutive wins.
And it is very impressive, but it's also interesting. I mean, even sitting here at the broadcast table and the storyline this group has created has you just impressed and a little scratching your head, because we expect drama and a certain amount of unpredictability with this crew. That's not gone away, but I tell you, this team seems to be minimizing or mitigating the volatility. They seem to be a lot more solid of late.
The D, Paul.
It's not the focus of his defensive game, but that time, Paul with the denial.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Jackson, the Pistons need to get off a shot here. And that one's good.
Look on that. Part two could have blocked it.
They get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now.
And here's Edwards from the arc.
Let's go.
Another three for the Clippers.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
The Pistons have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Caldwell Pope pass to Jackson.
Good ball.
Jackson can't get that one to fall.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Spades dishes to Jordan. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And here is Los Angeles now. Here's Edwards. Again, the Clippers.
2-2.
This is how you want to start the ball game. 4 for 4 from the field. Seems like they're right on point and can't miss.
Jackson against Edwards. Caldwell Pope outside.
Just 5-5.
Out to Harris. Clock at 4. Here's Jackson. Harris with a rebound.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Let's go. About 10, 14.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Harris setting the pick for Jackson. Pass to Harris. Caldwell Pope outside. Back to Harris. Bobbed up there for Drummond. Right wing. Bullock kicks to Jackson. Over Edwards.
That's all.
Detroit, no good that time either.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Let's go. About 12, 14-2. Let's go.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Pass to Harris. Caldwell Pope outside. Outside Jackson. To halt the run, and it's Drummond with the jam.
14-4. That's okay. It's close.
Ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Last time they met was in Los
Let's go.
Angeles.
13-4.
They coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
That's off.
Jackson misses.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been...
Let's go. 13-4.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Jackson against Edwards.
Outreach. Let's go.
Jackson down low.
What's
Makes that one after missing his first 6 shot attempts. 1 for 7 and hungry for more.
Hopefully that calms him down a little bit. Settles his nerves after starting the game 0 for 6.
Edwards drives in.
Not blocking our shot. 2-6. Let's go.
Edwards.
Fighting through the contact. He doesn't mind getting physical on the drive.
Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to the Heat. Jackson finds Caldwell Pope. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Bullock passes to Jackson. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Here is Harris. 3-pointer. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
A different look here for Detroit. Smith checked in for
ready for it.
Newman comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Udrich in for Reggie Jackson. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Smith on the wing. Pass to Udrich. Over Edwards. Edwards with the block. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
See myself right there.
Just 4 seconds left to play here in the first. And here's Edwards from the... And it is... The buzzer!
1-4-6. Let's go.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers.
Let's go.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
Pass to Newman. Baines a screen on Edwards.
Let's go, Scarf.
Here's Udrich. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one. Edwards kicks to Spates. Another one falls.
Let's go.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Pass to Udrich. Baines a screen on Edwards. Here's Udrich. That shot no good. Great D that time from Edwards. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Morris kicks to Bullock. Shot clock at 5. Now Udrich.
That's off.
He has yet to score.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And with the last 2 league MVPs, Greg, going to Steph and Curry, talk about how he has changed the NBA game.
Man, he has turned the game on its head. For so long, efficient offense was about getting in close, right? Now, it's about creating space.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Collins checked in for Morris. And Brooks subbed in for Newman. Here's Udrich. Edwards defending. Collins passes to Udrich. Lets a floater go. It's hauled in by Edwards.
Putting up a goose egg, bageled this period. At this point, you have to run
let's go.
somebody else. Let's go. Choice.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Baines a screen. Here's Udrich. Pass to Baines. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Defense.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at the Clippers. Things going their way so far in the season. Right now, they lead back up front in the first spot with the best record.
Well, I think for LA, they're...
Let's go. Let's go. 36, let's go. I'm not taking no team lightly.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Harris a screen on Edwards. Here's Udrich. Steps back and dropping
that when he stops a 13-0 run by the Clippers.
Edwards inside. Jackson on him. Nice.
Just King got me 1-1. They're 9-8. Let's go.
And now it's up to 25 points for Champ.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Harris pass. Harris outside. Baines finds Jackson. Over Paul. Gets in and hoping this is the start of a new trend. 2 for 8 now from the field.
Can't give Jackson any airspace from there because he's going to make you pay.
Right near the spring race.
Edwards inside. Guarded by Jackson. Again,
let's go.
Los Angeles.
This has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Pass to Bullock.
Let's go.
Here's Udrich. Pulls up on the elbow. And it's Spates with the rebound.
Yeah, that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely
because he
shot so poorly.
This time I was ready for it.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball executed to perfection.
I don't think you get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
All against Jackson. Bullock passes to Udrich. Outside for Jackson. Over Paul. Jackson misses.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Good on the bucket.
Let's go. Let's go.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
On the wing, Jackson, defended by Paul. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Jackson's
got 4 points in the quarter.
And textbook use of the pick and roll by Jackson, disrupting the defense and getting himself a look.
Here's Edwards. And the
Let's go.
Clippers
back.
Another bucket right
there. 12.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
To the wing on the left. Here's Udrich. Edwards defending. To the middle. Jordan with the steal. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Pierce with a wide open look. Hits.
Let's go. Took it out of the way. But I saw Pierce open.
For him.
When your mechanics are as strong as Pierce's, putting up a quick shot is not that hard.
Jackson looking it over.
That's all.
Some solid D from Paul.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive
effort
you need against him.
And so it's Los Angeles, way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Well, we all saw it. They've blown this game wide open with the three-point shot. The defense is scrambling, but look, this is where they felt they could get their points.
Yeah, teaching floor spacing 101. We'll see what class is like coming out of intermission. And a look now at some of the games that have yet to tip this evening. For the Spurs, they'll be up against the Celtics in Boston. Start time, 1 o'clock Eastern.
I'm looking for a possible upset in that one.
And that'll do it for halftime.
Let's go upset in this one. Let's get the third quarter. Let's go.
And with the a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Champ.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical.
Let's go. 2-12. Let's go.
I'm sorry. That's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Jackson. Edwards with the block.
Not getting nothing easy, Jackson.
What a timely block that was.
For the fine. Let's go. 24-12.
Basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Let's go. For threes.
And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for Detroit. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Let's off.
Rebound by the Clippers. Pierce has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And
Let's
Edwards
go.
with the stuff.
Let's go.
Some power behind it. Nicely done.
And
for
the
three.
Pistons, they're shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. Jackson against Edwards. Now here's Jackson. He has 6. Here's Drummond.
That's off.
It's
Good
all
D.
in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Let's go.
Edwards with
Let's
the
take 12.
stuff.
Let's go.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
For threes.
They're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Jackson dishes to Caldwell Pope. Harris a screen on Paul. Caldwell Pope for 3. It's
Good
home in
D.
by Los Angeles.
Ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Pass it
And the
up.
foul called on Edwards. That is his first foul of the game.
Damn it.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the
call.
play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Edwards against Jackson. Can they get it? And again,
Good D.
it's the Pistons missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get
Let's
some
go.
easy ones.
The
6-12.
shot's good from Paul.
Can't fault the defense there. I mean, Paul is just a crafty finisher inside.
Jackson against Edwards. Morris with the screen for Jackson. Over Edwards.
That's off.
Jackson misses.
Good D.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces.
Let's go. 6-12. Let's go. 62-12. Let's go.
Whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Knocked loose.
Let's go.
Down low.
Oh, Jordan. Let's go. 6-4-12. Let's go.
What a finish.
The
DeAndre
threes.
Jordan really put something extra on that one, folks. That was
Let's
a
go.
jam.
Edwards against Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Edwards.
Over that.
4 on the clock. Jackson from long range.
Good D.
Pierce with the rebound. Pierce has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Edwards finds
Let's
it.
go.
And
6-12.
this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
For
Boy,
the
this
threes.
is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Morris with a screen on Paul. Caldwell Pope. Money from the wing.
Jade DeVordo.
And
6-14.
what a much-needed bucket there. Ends a 16-0 run by Los Angeles.
Edwards against Caldwell Pope. Pierce for 3. Drills it
Let's
from
go.
outside.
6-14.
Pierce has got 11 points.
Yeah, and how about Pierce there? Immediately squares himself up from outside, always prepared to rise and fire.
Edwards against Jackson. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. Looking to get back on track here. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look.
Paul, why did you help? I had him.
That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
It's my 13.
Jackson's got his third assist on the night. And here's Edwards from the arc.
Let's go.
Home the trifecta.
13.
Edwards got 46 points.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Jackson. Edwards with the block.
That's why I didn't have a had him.
He's just pulled a Harry Houdini in this quarter. He's completely disappeared.
Let's go. 13.
Good from Paul.
Paul's quickness on the drive, too much for the defense. They just can't find a way to stop him.
Jackson against Edwards.
Let's go.
There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Drummond, and it's blocked by Jordan.
When Jordan comes to deny a shot, his size and reach give him a big advantage.
Space gonna hit that subscribe.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Pistons. It's Jackson with the drive,
Damn it.
and the dunk by Jackson.
14.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as...
Right Pepto. 19.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just
Doing it so close on here. Let's go try to get it done.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And
Let's go full country, get it done. Let's go.
now let's take a look at our assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
terrific versatility coming from a big
Agreed.
man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Pass to Bullock. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Smith finds Udrich. Here's Newman.
That's all.
And
Good
Pierce pulls it down. Pierce has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the
50.
game. Good, that's another
Let's go.
bucket.
28-19.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show.
Boy, these guys are cooking, and we're seeing it right now on a hot streak.
Timeout call, the Pistons. Edwards with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's on another level right now. Knocking down threes left and right. The defense isn't doing their job, and I think they got to talk about it quickly.
And the Pistons making a change here. Burton's checked in.
Let's go.
Newman, the pass to Burton. Udrich scanning the floor. Just 5 to shoot.
Let's go. That's all. The D.
It's the Clippers with the rebound. Spades has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Jordan out of bounds.
Jordan got staying bounds.
A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll go up against the Pacers in Indiana. Then on Tuesday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets.
You know, it might sound cliche, but a road trip like this one is a great time for this team to build chemistry on and off the court. Chemistry absolutely matters in the NBA, and these are the kinds of opportunities teams need to build it.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by White.
Let's go. 8-19.
Good job executing in tight. Paul doesn't fear anybody when he's in attack mode.
The 3.
Here's Udrich. Edwards defending. White, a screen on Edwards. Here's Udrich.
That's all.
It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Edwards. Hits it again.
Let's go. 52. Wow. 82-19. Let's go.
52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Pass pass to Smith. Now, here's Bullock. Udrich finds Baines. Out to Smith. Shoots a three. And it's Spates with the rebound.
The D.
Clippers have gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Chalk up two there.
4-19. Let's go.
Edwards got
Let's
54 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
To stop the drought.
That's off.
It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Let's go.
You can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
And, well, Detroit shooting only 21% from the field so far.
Nothing the threes.
Smith on the wing, guarded by Spates. Here's Udrich.
That's off.
It's hauled in by Edwards. For Los Angeles, they've gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start.
8-19.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Here's Udrich. Edwards defending.
Let's go.
Now Udrich. Smith with a screen on Edwards. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Let's go.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten absolutely red hot.
Let's go. 90-19. Let's go.
6 for 6.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Back to Udrich. Outside, White. Pass to Bullock. Back to Smith. Will it go? It's hauled in by Edwards. And here is Spates. Back to Edwards. Pierce for three. Oh, yes,
let's go. Give it up with Pierce. Let's go.
5 down for him so far.
No, 3-19.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Los Angeles.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less.
And good.
60. 95-19. Let's go.
And another stunning accomplishment in his career. He's now tied for 4th most 60-point games in league history.
He is one of the most exciting offensive players the NBA has ever seen. In fact, I don't think you can make an argument against that. Smith the pass to White. Now here's Bullock, defended by Pierce.
That's all.
Detroit, no good that time either. It's been all Clippers. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Now here's Edwards. He's tightly guarded. And
let's go.
Yep, another basket.
19.
62 points.
Let's go.
62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Pass to White. Now here's Bullock. Pierce covering. Now Udrich. Baines a screen on Edwards. Here's Udrich.
Nope.
And again, it's the Pistons missing. So the Clippers winning this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
Now I faced the Pacers, who was 98 with 17-0 before we did it. Hold on. We want a 18-game winning streak right here. Best, I guess it's best in all teams. Better than all teams. I'm trying to say. We want 13. We want 13 games. 17-game winning streak over here. Let's see if we can keep it up. That's what I scrub. Let's get the Pacers game. It'll definitely be our first time facing the Pacers. Let's see if we gotta face them again December 4th. But right now we're gonna face them the first time facing them for us right now. Like I said, we 13-0, the Pacers 9-8. We play on the road. The Pacers have Steph team, Ronnie Stuckey, Paul George, Thaddeus Young, Miles Turner. Let's get it.
Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Well, here we are looking at this clash tonight. Clark, how about the horsepower of both these offenses?
Well, you're right on top of it, Kevin. Both of these teams understand how to score consistently and efficiently. I think this sets up to be tit for tat and a bit of a barn burner.
Let's go. 2 up.
Extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force.
I tell you what, fellas, you cannot throw it down any harder than that. That was a rim rattler.
That's off.
George with
How?
Nice
Bet 2-2.
to that play right there, and George was ready to fire.
Just scrub.
And here's Edwards from the arc.
Let's go.
He's the three-pointer.
4-2.
Edwards got 5 now.
Get that defense backpedaling on its heels, then rise up and splash it on them.
Stuckey outside.
That's all.
Ball. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And this team has been on a very impressive 17-game winning streak.
Let's go. Let's go. 8-2. 6.
And it is very impressive, but it's also interesting. I mean, even sitting here at the broadcast table and the storyline this group has created has you just
Are you solid?
scratching your head because we expect drama and a certain amount of unpredictability with this crew. That's not going away, but I tell you, this team seems to be minimizing or mitigating the volatility. They seem to be a lot more solid of late.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Edwards.
Let's go.
Los Angeles.
10-4.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
The 3. Let's go.
Pass to Teague.
That's off.
Good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey.
Hey, Teague's not a big guy, but he's not really pint-sized. Nonetheless, impressive work from the little fella to get it done inside.
Here's Edwards. Good on the
13-footer. 4-6.
He's got 9.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Turner with a screen on Pierce. To the paint. Knocked away. And stolen by Jordan.
Put him on the 4, Spates. Let's go. 14-6.
Pounding it home is always a good feeling.
And so it's Indiana with it, trailing here by 8, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no answer for it. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
Edwards kicks to Paul. Fires the 3. Hits the
three-point
bomb.
36.
Paul's got his second basket of the night.
And how about the start they've gotten off to? They haven't missed once.
So the Pacers called timeout, their first of the game. This is their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it will be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
And, you know, there's always a bit of a feeling out process in that first game between opponents. A lot different than when you've played a team you're familiar with.
Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for the Pacers. Turner finds Teague. Turner with a screen for T.
That's all.
Indiana again missing.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And it's Rodney Stuckey with the foul. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Turner. Come on now.
Play on both ends has been superb.
Get body, Turner.
See if they can maintain the momentum.
And you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that. If you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Here's George. The Clippers getting the bucket.
The D.
Edwards passes to Spates. He gets
Let's
that
go.
one.
2-1-6.
Spates has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart.
A three.
They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away. Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Edwards kicks to Jordan. And it falls over the rim and in.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Stuckey finds Teague. Stuckey outside. 5 to shoot.
That's all.
No good.
Shot
missing. Clippers leading by 17. Jordan passes to Paul. Pops it up for Jordan.
Jordan got hit that.
It's rebounded by T.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and
What are you
time
doing, Pierce?
to be close to perfect.
29.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark.
How did I not hit that?
Not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They found their rhythm and kept piling it on. And a huge boost of confidence on the road for sure.
And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here.
And let's see the stat sheet here on DeAndre Jordan. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. First in rebounding. And he's also number 2 league-wide in field goal percentage. You love his ability to score over the top of the defense.
And just going back real quick to the fact that he's tops in the league in rebounds.
Let's go. 1 mission twice. Let's take 9. Let's go.
What a monster he is in the paint.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
It really makes them a hard team to guard because they space you out so well.
Inside. Here's Scott.
That's all.
Kicks it out to Ellis. Teague against Edwards. And Teague, here we go. Pass to Niang. On the wing, Scott. Another shot. And it's blocked by Jordan.
It's Jordan.
The ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
Into the lineup for Indiana, Thaddeus Young, Aaron Brooks.
Here's Young. 3 on the clock. Here's Brooks. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Going in for quick order.
The Los Angeles
Let's go quick order. So we're heading smooth. Let's go.
Their 17-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
In that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
Through the early stages of the season, Greg, how long does it take for teams to establish rotations?
Kevin, some teams know day one how they're going to look, but For a lot of teams that made roster changes, maybe coaching changes, it could literally take half the season to figure it out.
Well, you can't expect Paul to miss that assist opportunity. His vision is excellent.
Pacers trail by 18. Robinson on the wing. Edwards against Brooks. Jacks up a three. Now on the scoring.
Oh, to go in. What is it?
1 for 2 this game.
13.
It seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from
let's go. 3 point replay.
I'm
31
sure
13.
that was not a part of the game plan. It's first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Pierce with the block.
Excellent anticipation that time by Pierce. Was right on top of that shot.
Let's go. The 3-13. Let's go.
Down.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
The 3.
You know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
And the Pacers call time here. And Indiana making a change here. Niang's checked in. And let's take a moment to show you the NBA's best rebounding teams over the last 10 games. The Clippers, number 1.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Stolen by Pierce.
Still.
And here we go. Fast break. Jordan's got it.
Let's go. 34-13. Let's go.
Boy, the frame and strength of DeAndre Jordan allows him to absorb the bump and get the hoop.
The 3.
To Ellis. Back to Brooks. Pass to Young. They need this. And
the D.
Jordan sends it back.
Hey, you know he's around, and that's what he does. DeAndre Jordan throwing that shot out of.
Let's go. 13-13. Let's go.
Perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Young in the corner to the inside.
On that.
Here's Brooks.
Nope.
The shot
The
comes
D.
out. Great D that time from Edwards. Los Angeles has gone a terrific 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game. Driving the lane.
Let's go. They're not 13.
One drops. Edwards got 21.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Timeout called the Pacers. And some changes here for the Pacers.
Right.
Miles Turner comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's George in for George Niang. Brooks outside. Outside, George. And it's off from 3-point range. For Los Angeles, they've gotten all of their first 6 shots to go in here in the second.
Let's go.
So far?
41-13.
Shots good by Strickland.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
A 3.
And here is Ellis. Nothing on the board. Pass to Turner. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. To the paint. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
4-13.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
The 3 from George.
Boy.
And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Let's see some of the numbers here for Paul Pierce.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Come on, Pierce.
Changes now for Indiana. Rodney Stuckey's
we don't want to put his good Patriot team on the line for free throws.
Aaron Brooks. And Indiana making a change here. Young's checked in. Now here's Teague. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And it's George again missing. Pierce wide open. He fires.
Let's go.
Gets the 3-point.
4-13. Let's go.
Pierce has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Teague against Edwards. Now here's Teague. Guarded close.
Way to stay connected defensively. Don't allow him to get that shot up.
1:39 left in the first half of the game. Clock at 6. George looking over the floor.
I tell you what, he has gone stone cold here to start this quarter.
Edwards.
Let's go. Let's go. 48-13. Let's go.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Stuckey passes to Teague. Back to Stuckey. Young sets a screen for Stuckey. Trying to end the drought. It's rebounded by Paul.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And you know, you gotta be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball. Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Stuckey outside. Pass to George. For the 3. Strickland grabs the board. Strickland's got his 4th rebound in this one. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Nice shot by Jordan.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
Now George. 5 points in the game. Just 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. Drains it from behind.
What the hell are you doing?
George has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Thaddeus Young getting in the way of the defense there. Really solidly
let's go.
On the screen.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Clippers on top, just dominating this one. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Going in the corner order.
And hello, everybody. What an amazing first half performance it's been for the Los Angeles Clippers.
We knew they wanted a track meet, and man, they got it. What a pace they've set.
Very hard to beat them at their own game. They wear you out, and we've still got a whole other half to go. All right, now, still early on, but let's check out the Western
If
Conference.
we win this one, we 18-0.
You look at Los Angeles.
On 18-game win streak. If we win this one,
We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now,
they got a first
they are
seed.
easily
We're
the best team.
trying to avoid get the play
Well,
in.
we knew they'd be good.
Not being a
but
playoff.
We didn't know they'd be.
Well, we're
this
not playing better, but we're trying to like, get the playoff. We're trying to stay in this playoff
That is
ranking.
a wrap. Now let's sit.
Let's get the third quarter starter. Let's go.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. What a game we're seeing from Champ.
The
And
three.
the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his
Still.
teammates.
And now the Clippers on
All the
the
way,
break.
Pierce.
And Paul
Let's go.
Pierce with the
For day
slam.
16. Let's go.
Also being rewarded that time for Paul Pierce. Excellent execution on the break.
For three.
And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Indiana. They get to take on the Blazers of Portland after this one. That sets off a 5-game tour for them. Nifty move. And
foul.
the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul. First
And great to see last season the Cavaliers celebrate their first title. Greg, which team would you put next on that list to win their first ever?
For day 18.
You look at teams like the Pacers, the Raptors, maybe even the Clippers, all pretty competitive and still looking to plant that flag.
Here's Edwards. And it's the
Let's go.
Clippers scoring
16,
again.
18. Let's go.
Boy, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see
The
why his
threes.
teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Teague dishes to Turner. George against Pierce. And blocked. That one goes
Indeed.
careening off the glass. Down low. Here's Edwards. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
62, 18. Let's go.
Paul's got his 4th assist in this one.
And, you know, Paul is a dime dropper, a dynamite
How's that doing right
playmaker
there?
who continues to wow us with his
The
passing.
threes.
Stuckey passes to George.
Just off.
A three-pointer off the mark.
You know, his scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Strickland. The Pacers.
How you missed that?
Pull it in.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
Strickland, how the fuck did you miss that, bro?
Clippers foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Missing layup, but it didn't compound it with a foul. Come on.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Teague finds Stuckey.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Edwards with it. Picked up by Turner. The
Let's
shot's
go.
good.
6 for 18.
And that's now 37 points for Champ.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Trying to break that ice cold
That's off.
streak. Denied! Pierce with the block. Shot clock at 5. Teague for 3.
Good D.
Rebound by the Clippers. Strickland's got his 6th rebound on the night. Edwards passes to Jordan. It's in.
Let's
He's
go.
a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
6, 18. Let's go.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And Young kicks to George.
Still, grab it.
Pierce with the steal. Edwards with it. George picks him up. Pierce for 3. Good on the 3-point
Let's go.
shot.
6 on 18.
He's got 5 points now this quarter.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
You know, it's okay to give up a few if you're getting them back on the other end, but that hasn't been the case here.
George passes to Teague. to end the run. Out to Stuckey. Shoots the three. That's good, and so
Told you, help. This far up.
Stuckey's got his first 3 points of the game.
It's not 21.
When Stuckey is making that shot, makes him that much more dangerous a player. Difficult to guard when he's making that
Let's
jump
go.
shot.
3 point right back.
Sinks the three-pointer.
32-21.
He's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
Outside, George.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Teague. Beyond the arc.
That's all.
And it's
Good
the
D.
Clippers with the rebound. Strickland's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
They've shown
Let's go.
strength in the paint
4-2-1.
today.
Let's
Their
go.
work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been
For threes.
absolutely dominant.
Teague, the pass to Turner. Outside, George. 1:25 left in the third. Shot clock at 6.
Good D.
Second shot opportunity. He
Grab it.
can't hit that time. Good D by Jordan. There's the drive. Shots
Let's go.
by Strickland.
26-21.
Bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint
The threes.
between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Teague drives in. Pass to Turner. To halt the run. Count it. Good. Turner's
Good D,
got
Widow.
his first points of the
26-23.
night.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Here's Edwards, and he drives in.
Let's go.
And
28-23.
Edwards with
Let's
the
go.
stuff.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
That's off. Good D.
Teague can't hit.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really
Let's
could
go.
have used this
18-23.
contribution.
Let's go.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's George. 8 points for him. Turner with a screen on Pierce. From deep, George.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, I love the way he's
Go in third quarter. Let's full quarter. Get it done with. Let's go.
I mean, he's doing whatever it takes.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over.
Let's get full quarter. Get it done. Let's go.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. They're in the midst of this long 6-game road trip. That will be game 4. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. He was all alone on that one.
83-23. Let's go.
Got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Clippers.
For threes.
Paul's gone 3 for 3 from the floor. Robinson kicks to Ellis. Lets the 3 fly. Strickland grabs the board. Strickland's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Edwards. Uses
Let's go. 85-23.
Edwards got 44.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The threes.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Over that.
3-pointer, Brooks. Gets it to go.
Fucking screens.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
And here's Edwards from the arc.
Let's go. 3-point right back.
For the Clippers.
88-26.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a
For
brilliant
threes.
game.
Edwards against Brooks. Outside, Scott over to the wing. Pass to Ellis. Back to Robinson.
That's off.
And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Los Angeles has gone 2 for 2 from 3-point land to start the fourth quarter. And
let's go. 50.
He hits it again.
91-26.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Scott with a screen on Edwards. Brooks finds Scott. Jordan with some nice D.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often.
Let's go. Now 326. Let's go. 52. Let's go.
Great job using that weight room strength to get it in against tough D.
A 3.
Ashton Yang. Robinson on the wing. Brooks against Edwards. Scott with the screen on Edwards. Just 4 to shoot. Brooks. Edwards with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Scott. Paul George comes in for George Niang. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis. And it's Teagan for Aaron Brooks. Here's the Clippers. They're on a 13-3 run. The drive by.
Let's go. Take it away, Jordan. 95-26. Let's go.
Boy, this is Jordan doing what he does best. Not only does he bang it down, he does it with real major force.
Back to T. Looking to get it going.
That's all.
And he gets that one to go off the front.
95-20.
That's 10 points for George.
Points in close are always something coaches strive for.
Here's Edwards. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Nice start, 28.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
T feeling it out a bit. The 3 from George. Jordan with the rebound.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Let's go. Yeah, not 28. Let's go.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
The 3.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Teague against Edwards.
Good D.
Rebound by the Clippers. With the drive.
Let's go. Oh no, 28. Let's go.
What a play.
One step and go. His plan was to drive the whole
The 3s.
time. George passes to Robinson. And here is Teague. Back to Robinson. Outside, George.
That's all.
Indiana again missing. LA's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Shots good by Strickland.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side,
let's go. 128. For the touches. Let's go.
We'll try to forget.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be the second and final game of the season series being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be highly contested.
Broke my ankle. Let's go. First out 30. Let's go.
You know, once he was in the air, he was staying in the air. Incredible move that time.
We've got 33 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
I got that still.
Edwards
got the block though.
Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned
60.
Another bucket.
I didn't get it. Oh, not 30.
Just a magnificent showing for him tonight offensively. Buckets coming in rapid succession.
And get this, guys. He's now tied for the 3rd most 60-point games in league history. The 3 from George. That shot off. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Champ.